Hello, I'm Doug Wilcoxson with Bomark Sportswear. Now that you've decided to pursue the team and league business, we want to discuss where to start and where not to start. Oftentimes when someone looks at this business, their first thought is they want to be able to go down and do the local high school team, the core varsity sports, the baseball, the basketball, the football. And I would just tell you with my experience, that's not where you want to start. There's a couple of reasons. First and foremost, believe it or not, a lot of times those organizations are slow pay. And as a startup company or a small company, the last thing you need is a big order like that and then have to chase your money. Oftentimes the problem is that the person that gives you the order is not the person that pays the bill. They're going to send you to another person, and then they're going to send you to another person. So I know people that have done this business and have chased their money for 6 months, and that's not how you want to start out in this business. The other thing about it is that core varsity sports, for the most part, are going to want name brands that you're not going to be able to get access to. And if you can't get those brands, there's no use wasting your time chasing that business. One of the reasons that the market demands those brands is that a lot of those big name brands will come into a large city like where I live in Cincinnati, and they'll essentially donate uniforms to a big school in the area just to get their name out there. Everybody wants to look like that school. And then one of the reasons that you'll have problems getting access to some of that product is that their business strategy has always been that they go in and they set up an association with a certain sporting goods store in a certain area, and then they protect that customer. One of our years ago, I used to go out and visit customers down in the Louisville, Kentucky area. The biggest team dealer in the state of Kentucky is in Louisville, Kentucky. They used to buy a little bit of stuff from us, a little bit of Bomark product, and every time I would go down, I would stop in and see them, and they were always happy to see me. They would take my visit. But about the third time I went in there, I got a little more aggressive, and so I said to them, I know that you don't have people walking in here asking for Bomark product, but I also know that you have people walking in that aren't asking for a specific product. And I'd like to see you be able to push Bomark a little more. You're going to get the product the next day. It's less expensive. And I learned a very valuable lesson that day. He said to me, look, as long as I can convince them that little logo makes that the best product, they can't get that product anywhere else in the metropolitan Louisville area. And he was correct. He said, look, if I sell them Bomark, the next year they can buy it from Louisville Sporting Goods or Louisville Screen Print. And he was exactly right. So I learned a very, very valuable lesson that day, and that's why that you can't always get access to that kind of product. Now look, I would be crazy to stand here and tell you that those big name brands don't have good products. They do. But it's not brain surgery, it's not rocket science, it's apparel. And if you go to one of the local trade shows or regional trade shows, you'll find very comparable product right there on the floor. And believe it or not, in some cases was run through the very same production line with a different label put in it at the end of the process. So the moral of the story is if your customer is only interested in the name brand products and you don't have access to those products, don't waste your time. However, if they will allow you to show them similar products in non-branded items that are going to have very similar properties, this will allow you to enter the team and league market. I'm Doug Wilcoxson with Bomark Sportswear.